So this one I did already. Before I finish this one, I want to show you the difference. Once you sew the bottom piece into the shoe, then you're gonna sew it into the side so it stays up. So this half I did that with, but you can see how this half I'm getting ready to start. And if you don't add another stitch to sew it up, it's always going to want to kind of sag off and your foot's going to always be wanting to slide. You need to put that second stitch in to make it stay nice and stable, and that's how you get the real good fitment, so that when you're climbing over rocks or hiking, your foot's not sliding all around in the shoe. I learned that the hard way. I made a really nice pair of boots that I didn't add this step to, and they were just always never quite right. So, and then you can see on the bottom it's sewed all the way through. You can see it on the inside as well. So with the fur piece, because this is like a pair of winter boots, I'm going to put this fur piece in here, which will change the whole fitment and dynamic of the shoe. It'll put the foot up a lot higher. And once I have it at this point, even though it's really good solid structure, there's still like flexibility to it. See? So it'll enable my foot to move around while still being really well supported. So now that the footbeds are sewn, the next step is to cut the fur, because these are fur boots. If these were just going to be shoes, it'd be a lot simpler. But the next step now is to cut the fur. So you can see I cut these 4 pieces that are symmetric. So each one now, so this piece here, this will be like the back where your Achilles tendon is. And this will be more the front where your toe is. So what I'll do now is put each piece in like this. Right? And sew it in at the bottom. And it'll only come up to about that far. So the next step now is just basically to just sew each of these 4 pieces in, so that they meet up at the back and are attached securely at the bottoms. This is what it starts looking like as it's coming together. I sewed the fur in nice and low so that it won't touch your foot, and basically sewed it in on each half. Hi baby. Sewed it in on each half and just have it clipped at the back like this. And this one is sewn in at the bottom. I just didn't clip it in the back. So the next step will be to put your foot in there and mark up the back as to where the angle contours with your, you know, that where your heel and then your Achilles tendon comes, like. So the next step will be to match that all up nice and then sew that up so that's all tight. And then once that's sewed up, then it'll be time to add the outer piece of leather. And then once that's on, you do the toe. So it just comes together in stages. And the trick is to just focus on each stage with your full intention and to do it proper. So spend the time on each stage to do it right. And then when you're ready for the next stage, you won't have to fix mistakes.